Belarus, a potential international customer, is closely examining the MC-21 310 and the Sukhoi Superjet Nu, or SJ-100. These are two emerging aircraft programs from Russia. Sanctions and shifting alliances have created a complex geopolitical and economic environment that Belavia, Belarus's flagship airline, must navigate. Despite earlier announcements of ambitious plans to adopt these jets, Belavia has expressed significant uncertainty about their technical and commercial feasibility. This uncertainty has raised broader concerns about their future in global markets. Belavia has been strategically positioned as a possible first foreign operator for Russia's new commercial aircraft, including the MC-21 310 and the updated SJ-100. Western sanctions have cut off Belarus from Boeing, Airbus, and Embraer jets. These Russian programs are meant to fill that gap. Belarus is increasingly aligning with Russia as a result. The MC-21 310 was developed by the Yakovlev Design Bureau under the United Aircraft Corporation. It is a medium-range narrow-body jet designed to compete with Boeing 737s and Airbus A320s. The aircraft has a composite wing and promises better fuel efficiency. But the program has faced delays in production and certification. Sanctions force the replacement of Western parts with Russian substitutes, making the challenge worse. The Sukhoi Superjet Nu, or SJ-100, is an updated version of the earlier Superjet 100. It features better avionics and engines aimed at fixing the performance and reliability issues of the original design. The first model had been built with heavy involvement of Western partners. Belavia's CEO, Igor Cherganets, has spoken with cautious optimism about the MC-21 310 and SJ-100. He pointed to ongoing negotiations and a signed memorandum of intent with UAC and Yakovlev. In press interactions in 2023 and 2024, he said operational deliveries could begin by the mid-2020s if certification and production milestones are met. At the same time, Cherganets admitted there are serious gaps in information. Airlines need detailed data to plan routes and costs. But information on fuel consumption, weights, and other technical details has not been shared. Manufacturing timelines are unclear. Pricing looks high compared to Western aircraft, raising doubts about economic viability. Public optimism contrasts with confidential reports from watchdogs like Belpol. These expert analyses paint a much bleaker picture of the programs. Belavia's fleet today is mostly Western-made aircraft, such as Boeing 737s, Embraer E-jets, and Airbus A330-200s. These planes are becoming obsolete and need constant maintenance. EU and US sanctions have cut Belavia off from spare parts and new leases. The airline tried sourcing planes elsewhere, including proposals from China for the Comac C919. Those offers were rejected because of high costs and Western components inside the aircraft. Attempts to buy used planes from Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Mongolia failed due to secondary sanctions. More than 70 leasing requests were also denied because of Belavia's sanctioned status. This bleak situation shows how difficult it is for Belarus to secure modern, reliable aircraft outside of Western suppliers. Even under optimistic scenarios, delivery of MC-21 and SJ-100 aircraft would not realistically start until 2026 or 2027. That is only if contracts and production begin soon. Yakovlev's quoted prices are around $120 million for the MC-21 310 and $65 million for the Superjet. These prices are uncompetitive compared to Western leasing rates, which are much lower, but now inaccessible. When Western parts were replaced with heavier Russian ones, the MC-21 gained 6.5 tons in weight. This reduced its range to about 3,000 kilometers and limited its altitude to 7,000 meters, though tests have reached 12,000 meters. Such limits make non-stop routes to key markets like India, the UAE, China, or Egypt impossible. Belavia's business model depends on those international routes. Financing is also a problem. Even Russian leasing companies are reluctant to work with Belavia. Like many developing nations seeking alternatives to Western jets, Belarus watches Russia's aircraft programs with interest. Political alignment makes them attractive, at least in theory. But Belavia's experience shows the risks. Technical compromises, certification problems, and delays undermine trust. High prices and no leasing support weaken the economic case. Limited altitude and range reduce competitiveness. Sanctions and technology gaps threaten long-term operations. Belavia maintains a public optimism about the MC-21 and SJ-100. But this optimism rests on fragile ground. Sanctions, costs, and delays could turn these jets from solutions into liability. The road from hopeful intentions to reliable operational aircraft is long. For Russia's MC-21 and SJ-100, and for the airlines and states considering them, the journey remains daunting. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, please take our channel membership, which is very affordable, to encourage us.